we're not going to be cutting ribbons, we're going to be cutting costs. And so those recommendations are going to be on a real-time basis. But I do want to take a big step back and understand, for people to understand the scope of this problem. Over $500 billion in the first place. The Pentagon has just failed its 7th consecutive audit, nearly $1 trillion of budget. They can't even tell you where it goes. So I think part of this is exposing for the public the extent of that rot and waste, but then to take steps first through executive action and then laying the groundwork for broader change through legislation as well to rein in that deficit, to rein in that budget. And more crucially, Maria, I know we're talking about this in terms of efficiency, but there's something deeper going on here. This is about restoring self-governance and accountability in America as well. Elected leaders, if they make the wrong decisions, voters have a great choice. You can vote them out and remove them. Most of the people making these decisions, from healthcare to the Department of Defense, are failing on effectiveness because they have no accountability. Historically, it's been the view of many scholars to say that those people could not even be fired. Now we take a different view with the environment the Supreme Court has given us in recent years, and we're going to use that in a pretty extensive way, Maria, to move quickly.
Hey, this your boy Veli. Welcome back to the channel. And right here, guys, we have one of the most telling and one of the most disgusting interviews that I personally have ever seen. This woman is a representative of the Pentagon. And for those who've been paying attention, the Pentagon has just been, somehow losing damn near $1 trillion here and there, going back to before 9/11. And these people just have problems of losing damn near $1 trillion and not knowing where it's going. And have no explanation on where that money is. And this video is actually great, man, because Jon Stewart went off the deep end during these last 4 years, man. And it's starting to seem that he's starting to come back around to reality and logic, man. And it's a great thing to see because, you could tell that Jon Stewart's a very intelligent person. I don't know if the Democrats were paying him, to go as far left as he was going. But, man, it's great to see him back towards the middle, where common sense is king, And this is a great interview, and he pushed back on this woman great, man. So let's get into the video.
To be doing, there is a lot of waste, fraud, and abuse within a system.
Audits and waste, fraud, and abuse are not the same thing. So let's
audit and waste, fraud, and abuse are not the same thing. Literally, guys, within the first 10 seconds of this video, she shows you how full of shit she is and how corrupt she is. Literally, the first things that come out of her mouth. Disgusting.
Decompose these
please educate me on
sure.
What
so an audit is exactly what you just described,
yes.
Which is, do I know what was delivered to which place?
Right.
The ability to pass an audit, or the fact that the DoD has not passed an audit, is not suggestive of waste, fraud, and abuse. That is completely false.
How is it not? She just had to take that big ass gulp in her throat because she knows that there's horse shit coming out. How is that not? If you're giving some money and we're doing an audit to figure out where this money is going, how is that not waste, fraud, and abuse if you can't tell us where this money is went? These people literally think the American people are the dumbest fucking thing on this planet. And it's pretty disgusting. Wow.
False right there. So
what is
now is a question of, it's suggestive that we don't have an accurate inventory that we can pull up of what we have where.
An accurate inventory of what she could pull up to where they have where's the money? Accurate inventory. We're not talking about, the snack cakes y'all ordering. We're talking about the money, the taxpayers' money that you people receive. She's moving the goalposts. So the video just started, man, and she's just moving the goalposts all over the fucking place.
That is not the same as saying we can't do that because waste, fraud, and abuse has occurred.
So in my world,
yeah,
that's waste.
How is that waste?
Facts.
If I give you $1 billion and you can't tell me what happened to it, that to me is wasteful. That means you are not responsible. But if you can't tell me where
what's funny,
went, then what am I supposed to?
She's literally sitting here laughing because he's exposing her bullshit. Laughing like it's a joke that $1 billion, well, it's way more than that because it's almost at $1 trillion. He's just probably using that as an example. But she's laughing at just $1 billion just disappearing without a word and her having no explanation for it. It's laughable to her.
And when there has been reporting, this is not, look, I'm not saying this is on you and that you caused this, but I think it's a tough argument to
I'm pretty
make
sure I
that
didn't cause it.
an $850 billion budget to an organization that can't pass an audit and tell you where that money went, like, I think most people would consider that somewhere in the realm of waste, fraud, or abuse, because they would wonder why that money isn't well accounted for.
Facts.
And especially when they see food insecurity on military bases, and they see.
You want to talk about that? Because that's a good, we should be talking. I mean,
Well,
I'm
it's
trying
all.
She's trying to change the subject because he right on her ass about Jon Stewart is spot on right now. And she just hates the fact that he's really talking about this in the most logical way, to where even the lower thinkers in our society can understand. It doesn't matter. You could have dropped out of high school. You know that if somebody is given $1 billion and they can't tell you where the money is, you know it's a problem. Anybody with a brain knows that's a problem. And this woman just hates the fact that he's calling that shit out.
to understand where you're trying to go, other than the dollars, which really bother you.
Other than the dollars, which really bother him. No, I think it bothers the American people that our taxpayer dollars are just getting just disappearing. And somebody like you thinks it's just funny and hilarious that somebody's asking about it. Hopefully this election really showed people the disrespect and disregard that these government agencies and government period just have for the American people. They have no respect for you. They flooded our country with millions of illegals and drained our Social Security doing it. Drained FEMA doing it. Drained the SBA doing it. And then they sit here and laugh in your face when you ask them like the best type of questions you can ask. Literally, this is one of the best questions you can ask these people, and it's just laughable to them. Wow, man.
I think it doesn't really bother me. I think it's all connected.
Okay.
I think
tell
when
me,
I
tell
look,
me that story. Tell me how you're thinking about that.
when I see.
Tell me that story. Tell me how you think about that. She's so condescending right now, and he's just staying like Jon Stewart is killing this, man, because he's just composed, and it's just eating her alive from the inside.
A State Department get a certain amount of money and a military budget be 10 times that, and I see a struggle within government to get people like more basic services, and then that department that got that, I mean, we got out of 20 years of war and the Pentagon got a $50 billion raise. Like, that's shocking to me. Now, I may not understand exactly the ins and outs and the incredible magic of an audit, but I'm a human being who lives on the earth and can't figure out how $850 billion to a department means that the rank and file still have to be on food stamps. Like, to me, that's fucking corruption.
Facts, man. Facts.
And if that blows your mind, and if you think like that's like a crazy agenda for me to have, I really think that that's institutional thinking.
And it completely is. Complete institutional thinking, because she's part of the problem. She's part of the swamp. She's part of the corruption. She thinks this shit is funny that he's asking about missing money. Hopefully people are waking up, man. Like, big government is your enemy. Government should be this small. Prioritizing the shit we need them to prioritize. Shrink. And then once you shrink the government, you won't have to worry about $1 trillion disappearing. You know, that, in my opinion.
And that it's not looking at the day-to-day reality of the people that you call the greatest fighting force in the world. So I get back to this idea of like, I'm not looking to pick a fight with you, but I am surprised at that the reaction to these questions are, you don't know what an audit is, bucko. Like, that's just weird to me.
Okay.
Look, such fake smiles and laughs, man. He destroyed her. That shit is eating her inside. She want to get off this stage so fast right now. I guarantee you, she just wanted to run off the stage. They should have prepped her better. If you're going to steal $1 trillion of Americans' money, at least have a good excuse for where it went. You know? That's crazy, man. But shout out to Jon Stewart right here. He did a great job interviewing her. He stayed composed. He pushed back. And, man, that's what we like to see from independent journalism, man. You know, because mainstream media is dead. We are the media now. We are the truth tellers. So, man, you guys got to understand, big government is not for the people. Prime example. Well, y'all seen it like I seen it, man. Catch you in the next one.